Hey guys, it's Fiona from Eventide Reads, and today I'm here to talk about my manga. Yay! I got a comment on one of my videos the other week that was asking me to do a bit more in-depth bookshelf tour, essentially, of my manga. Well, since doing my actual bookshelf tour, my manga shelves have changed a bit. There's 2.5 stacks of manga that don't actually fit on my bookcase, but they're sort of the ones that I don't like as much as the ones around here. So I'm going to briefly talk about them in a bit more detail than I did in my actual bookshelf tour. So this is manga specific. So the first manga I have on my shelves is Alice 19th, and if you watched my video over on the Bookish Brits, I talked about Alice 19th along with a couple of others. So I'll leave a link to that down below. Next on the shelf we have the Angelic Layer books. These were originally produced to appeal to younger boys because they had it has a female lead character, but she's quite sort of, you know, cute and charming, and she's got a lot of funny friends and stuff like that, so it was meant to appeal to quite a lot of children. Misaki is the main character in this, and she has basically there is a game they now play called Angelic Layer, where they put these dolls, these special dolls, into this arena and they come to life with a headset. So she has her doll, which is Hikaru, and it's all about her moving to Tokyo, finding out about this game and how this game actually helps her learn more about herself, more about her family. It's a really, really great series, and the anime is actually really, really good. So if you're not interested in reading the manga, the anime is worth checking out. Bleach. You can tell I got these a while ago because we don't have Borders in the UK anymore. I love the Bleach series. It is freaking hilarious. So Ichigo is the main character. That's Ichigo. He's called Ichigo because he has ginger hair, and Ichigo is strawberry in Japanese, so basically he's meant to be like strawberry blonde kind of pun on his name. And he can see dead people. Sounds creepy. I was a bit like, what? At first. But this series is something really unique, really funny. It has great characters in it. The art style is amazing. The only downside, it is ridiculously long. So if you start this, be in for, you know, the long haul. I used to own up to like 26, but I actually gave quite a few away to a friend. I have since finished the series. It has been finished, but it's not been released as final volumes. It finished in the Shonen Jump magazine. If you like action, adventure, supernaturally stuff, maybe you'd like that. Next on the shelf is Air Gear. Air Gear is an interesting one. Basically, it is about these boots you can see here, and how they have like skating battles almost. I'd describe it. It's been a long time since I've read it. And basically they will form a group and go up against other groups in like territories and matches and stuff. And it's really interesting how it focuses around the main character and, you know, what he is destined to become. There's more than 7 volumes. I only got up to 7 and sort of started to lose a bit of steam. But it's really good if you want something really actiony, really like intense. That's kind of a creepy scene. But the art style is pretty cool. It's pretty old school, I'd say. But yeah, it's very much more of a boys. I know that's stereotyping and I'm sorry. But it's definitely aimed more towards boys, but it is very action adventure-y, so if you like that. Next on the shelf we have Cardcaptor Sakura. Again, I mentioned a lot about Cardcaptor Sakura in my Bookish Brits video, so check out the link for that. Then we have Fushigi Yugi by Yu Watais. I'm a big fan of Yu Watais. She's written quite a few things that I've enjoyed. One being Alice 19th. This again is fairly long. It's 18 books, which is fairly okay in terms of manga. This is a girl who gets sucked into a sort of historical / mythical world of a book where there are gods and, you know, bad things are happening, and she's supposed to be sort of the priestess to save them all. And it's all about how she has to find all the things to help this world, and how she comes over the trials and tribulations because her best friend also comes through, and, you know, a lot of things happen. Also very romantic, very funny. So if you like romance and humour, that one's for you. It's what I would call sort of more like 90s manga, quite old school. We have one of my favourites, which is Fruits Basket. This is one of the Ultimate Editions, which I actually got for free, which was pretty impressive. I'm a big fan of Fruits Basket. I originally saw it as an anime. The anime is nowhere near as in-depth or beautiful as this. Basically, it is about the zodiac. Toru accidentally finds out about this family who are cursed to become, to change into members of the zodiac. So when they get stressed and stuff like that, they will change into these animals. She wants to be the one to break this curse. And it's all about how she meets each one from the zodiac and how she befriends them. And her love life, basically, as well. Because it's a toss-up, maybe she loves this one, maybe she loves that one. I am very attached to this series. It was one me and one of my old friends watched a lot of before we got it as manga. So I have sort of sentimental attachments to it. But it's a really sweet, really funny. The style is very simple, it's very nice and clean. So if you want something that isn't too overcomplicated to start with, it gets a little more complicated as you go along, but every manga does. Then we have The Gentleman's Alliance by Irina Tanimura. She has also written one called Full Moon, which I absolutely love. I don't actually own it, unfortunately. I used to, but I had a big clear through of my manga a few years ago and got rid of quite a lot. Her style is absolutely beautiful. It is so nice to look at. Her images are amazing. This particular one, I don't like it as much as Full Moon, but Full Moon is very much a soppy, romantic book that's actually kind of sad. It's very sweet. This is a romance, but it's a bit more upbeat. The main character is the daughter of a family who, for a loan, have given the daughter to this very prestigious family. She basically works as a maid, things like that. And it all starts to spiral out of control and get a little bit crazy. But it's really fun. Like I said, the style is absolutely gorgeous. Irina Tanimura is just one of my favourites. She's so good. If you love romance, anything by Irina Tanimura, I would definitely give a read. Then we have Kare First Love. Again, you can tell this is an old book. Orange stickers are ancient. This is a contemporary romance about a girl who is very much she studies, she's hardworking, and how meeting a boy changes her life and how everything changes with the first love. It's very sweet. The end is a little bit over dramatic and overplayed, but a lot of them end that way. But it's really nice. Again, the illustrations are just really pretty. It's not too complicated. It's just really nice. Then we have Kare Kano, which again I mentioned in my Bookish Brits video. So if you want to know more about that, check out the link. We have Onigai Teacher, which is a little bit more risque, I would say. This boy sees an alien, sees an alien come down and how it completely and utterly changes his life. He falls in love with her, she ends up falling in love with him even though she knows she shouldn't. And it's about how they survive because she becomes a teacher in a school, so they have to keep a secret, and it's all really sweet. It's just 2 volumes. It's just really nice. Again, like I said, it's a little bit risque in parts, but nothing, too much. Then we have Punch. This is just a fun, silly book about a girl whose granddad runs a boxing place, basically, and she's quite a tough chick. And her grandfather's just like, are you ever going to find a boyfriend? And so she ends up basically getting into trouble. And how that trouble then progresses into having a friend and having a romance. It's very funny. You don't necessarily have to like boxing or anything like to like it. I just really enjoyed it. The style is really nice again. It's very simple. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. Next we have Love Calm, which is also, its full title is Lovely Complex. This is one of the funniest manga I have ever read. It is a romance, but it is just hilarious. The main characters are Kazumi and Otani. Kazumi is a really, really tall, really, really thin girl, and Otani is quite a small boy. And basically the two of them get lumped together as a funny pair. And it's how, through school, this relationship of theirs progresses and changes. It is just so, so funny. And the ending is really sweet and really, really nice. And it's just some of the faces in this, they are just absolutely brilliant. Then we have Prettier. I first found Prettier as an anime. It was one of the first sort of animes I went and bought rather than, you know, saw on the TV. The manga is completely different to the anime. I think I prefer the anime. They're both dark in their own way, but this takes a different turn. But again, the art style is absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to find an amazing page. The art style is absolutely beautiful, and it's meant to be based on Snow White, whereas the anime isn't really. It takes a completely different approach. Himino is the main character. She is one of my favourite characters. In the anime, she cracks me up. I used to quote her all the time. I loved the anime so much that I could sing the intro. I knew pretty much all 13 episodes off by heart. I don't now. I could still probably sing the theme tune. Hatashi nani nahi no naru kono kara atarashi jibun ni narikawaru. That's all I can remember. Don't remember anymore. I used to know the whole thing, like, off by heart, even the extended version. Prettier is one of my favourite animes, and the manga is really pretty to look at. It's got a really interesting, different storyline, even with the same characters, and the way they developed it from this to an anime. And then comes the fun Peachy Peachy Pitch. Again, this is another one that I found as an anime originally, but it's a really cute, really funny story about a girl who is a mermaid who rescues a boy, and how she falls in love with that boy, but she can never tell him because she'll turn into sea foam. And it's about how they have to save their ocean, how she has to find sort of her sisters of the ocean, so more mermaids born in different parts of the ocean who are like her, who have power, who can sing. So basically they can all sing, and that's what they use to fight off their enemies. It's really cutesy, it's really nice. The last book has a lot of sort of battling in it, but by that point you're really invested, and even if you're not a huge fan of sort of action, you don't really mind it because it's just really interesting. Then we have Red String, which is actually an online comic. This I got as part of a Kickstarter that Gina ran a little while ago. I've got some postcards in there that I forgot about. I'm going to put those out on display. I totally forgot about those. Oh, that's exciting. She does these really, really nice comics. Red String is a finished online comic, so I will leave a link to that down below. You can read it for free. It's basically contemporary romance, and it's got all these crazy cool twists and turns. It doesn't end how you expect it to, and I read it over several years when she was still making it. It's got some of my sort of favourite characters in. Her style improves dramatically throughout the series. So, I mean, this is book 7, so this is quite far along. The style is very crisp and very clean. It's a really fun, really nice contemporary that deals with a lot of issues that girls have. And yeah, and Gina is just a really nice person, and you should support online comics. Yay! Brave Master. I'm a big fan of Hiro Mishima. Brave Master is just, it's an action adventure which is just ridiculously funny. It's got a great style. It's unlike anything else. It's very, very action based, like every page there's something going on. But there is a romance under all that, and it's very much got a massive build up near to the end. I did actually cry at the last book. I can't remember the last time a manga made me cry. It's just a great fun series that I think loads of people will enjoy. Again, Sailor Moon, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in my Bookish Brits video, so I'm not really going to talk about that. I also mentioned Tokyo Mew Mew in that, and Tsubasa. So if you want to know a little bit more about those, go and check out my Bookish Brits video. This is just a selection of sort of most of the series that I have. I also have a couple of other things that sort of relate to my manga collection, and which kept on different shelves because they're too big. I have one of the Clamp art books. So this features stuff from lots of different Clamp series. and they're absolutely beautiful full colour illustrations. They are just, oh gosh, I love Clamp's illustrations so oops the daisy so much. I'm a massive fan. I love Clamp. I absolutely love them. So anything Clamp brings out, I'm on like a shot, and they're brilliant. Then I have, this is something else also from Gina as part of the Kickstarter. This is a series of comics done with a couple of other people, based on the Grimm fairy tales. So full colour comics, which is pretty awesome. And these two are my pride and joy of my manga collection. These are two original Sailor Moon art books, volume 1 and volume 3. Unfortunately, they are not in pristine condition. I actually got them for free from a friend who was getting new ones and asked if I wanted them. This is going back 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. We used to go to dance together and we found out we both liked manga. And unfortunately she spilled coffee on them and they're a little bit sort of ripped and ruined. But I am such a massive Sailor Moon fan that these are just some of my, oh gosh, there's just some absolutely beautiful pages. Let's see if I can show you that. I mean, how could you not fall in love with this? It is just, illustrations are superb, and I don't care that it's slightly damaged and some of the pages are starting to fall out a little bit. They are my absolute pride and joy. I absolutely adore them. They are just absolutely beautiful. Sorry this is quite a long video, but I hope you've enjoyed and you know it's inspired you to maybe pick up a manga that you wouldn't have thought about. If you want any more videos on manga, I'm quite happy to talk about manga because there's a lot of manga I don't own that I've read. So yeah, if you want any more manga videos, let me know, leave me a comment down below and I will see what I can do. So yes, thank you guys for watching today and I will see you all again soon. Bye!